So no matter what we do, we get in our panel and it always reads 2/3 no matter what we do for our gray tank. So that's one of the reasons we're going to have Sue come out with Royal Flush and help us. So we'll see what it says later. Yeah. Some chunkies. This is the black tank.
Yep. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just let it sit in there for a little bit. So
Just to do its thing.
yep, just to let it do some. I basically call it getting out some of the layers and stuff that are in there. And so you're not going to see much for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some debris. I call everything debris. And then, and then usually what I see is layers of things coming out.
Yeah.
So it's like the surfacey stuff that's really easy to get out comes out first, obviously. And then I let it do its work in there because it's loosening up all, if there's any of that screwbait that's built up, or if there's just any gunk that has just gotten hard along the walls or the base of it, just letting it sit in there and work, that's what really helps.
So awesome.
I know. I'm always so excited. Like, let's see what's gonna come out.
Yeah, to the poop tank.
This is not under pressure right now because it'd be.
We'd all get wet.
But yeah, that's all it is. It's just spray under pressure. And
This one was in our previous one. You can see it.
oh my goodness! Look how darling. And I love the one that's the light one.
Okay, we're going in the gray now, and the sensors are reading 2/3. I always want to say 3/4.
Yeah, and I want to let your hand keeps trying to go back into your black. All right, hold on.
Hey, look, we have Diary of a Family here. Well, most of them. Okay, part of them. They're here visiting us while we're getting our tanks cleaned. If you haven't seen their video yet, go to their channel and check it out.
Some kind of whitish chunks.
Oh yeah, there's some chunky chunks.
Woo!
Hey, that's gross! It's in there living! Oh my gosh! This is way dirtier than the black.
I think it's from the food. It's from the kitchen.
Oh wow!
Yeah, all that white stuff's from the kitchen. Yeah, it's fat. Just fat, whatever food stuff. It just clumps together. Yeah. So if there's black stuff, there's a little bit of black. That's usually mold.
Yikes!
Yeah, that's just say, hey, we're getting it out.
We're gonna get that out of there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness!
Even like an oily sheen on it. That's enough to mess up the sensors. So it doesn't take a whole lot.
Crazy.
Yeah. But the good news is that they, when they're clean, they work.
Yes.
They're really a simple little thing.
Oh, that was big.
I saw that. Did you get that on
huge.
video?
Yeah, it's huge.
Good.
What? It's kind of gross knowing you're carrying that around with you.
Well, yeah. But I always think it's fun to see it because then it's coming out. So let's see if
Right?
we're gonna
It's not in there anymore.
like doing things that are damaging this and making it crazy, so you're already doing great stuff. You're rinsing it out with a lot of water, which is fantastic.
So how often do you think we should get it cleaned?
I would say for you, are you full timing now?
Uh-huh.
What I would do is at about a year, start paying attention. Are the sensors still working? Is there anything? Are you smelling odor from the tanks? If not, maybe go a year and a half. Maybe.
Okay.
Because if you had a lot coming out of here, I'd say go a year. But you don't. And I fully expect that you will continue to do the same good things you're doing. So I would say maybe another year and a half.
Okay.
I wouldn't try it. I don't think you need to do it sooner. If you want to, or if you're noticing a problem, do it sooner. But otherwise, just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great stuff.
Perfect.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, wait. You got to do that again. You got to do that again. What does the sensor say?
Empty.
It's empty. It's worked. Thank you so much, Sue.
It's empty.
Oh, my goodness.
Saw a few things coming out, so now we know.
Now we know. Yeah. So tell us what your title is. What is your
Okay, well,
Business name.
So I'm a certified RV technician, and my company name is Royal Flush RV, and I specialize in cleaning black and gray tanks in RVs. And one of the things that causes those misreading sensors is just dirty tanks, and it's always so fun to look before and after and go, they are empty now, the sensors are working again, and we got a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun stuff that came out of here. We got to see a little show and tell and go on a little treasure hunt.
Yay!
Out of the gray tank, no less. So.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm here. I'm going to explain to you a little bit about some things I've learned in class about how to take care of the black tank and the gray tank. So some of the things you want to think about is what you're putting down in there. So to clean it. So we started out using something called Mega. Well, this is the one we bought. There's several kinds of this, but it's these little pods like this that you drop down in your toilets. But the thing is, we learned that they just they don't really do what they're supposed to do. They don't dissolve, and they just kind of sit down in there, and they're not really cleaning. Like they say they're going to be an all-in-one cleaning, but they really don't do that. They just sit down there, and sometimes the plastic gets kind of stuck on your sensors and things. So not a great choice. So next we switched to something called Happy Camper. And so this isn't so bad. We learned it's not too bad, but the thing that we were doing, we're just dumping a scoop of it in the toilet. You're supposed to put it into a bucket, a 3 or 5 gallon bucket, let it dissolve in there, and then pour it down into the toilet or the sink, whatever you're trying to keep clean, right? Because it does kind of help odors, and it's a treatment. So on this journey, we've learned some other things that are really good. So we learned about a product called Unique. So Unique, I just want to say really quick, we're not getting paid to do any of this. We're not affiliates. We're just trying to educate people. So Unique is really good for keeping it clean, your black tanks. So, and your gray tanks. But you want to put it in a bucket again. We learned that that's important to put it inside a bucket with water, 3 to 5 gallons of water, then put it into your toilet. So, and it doesn't take a lot of this. This can last a really long time. So it's a good product. You just put like a capful into the bucket, and dump it down into your tanks. And you also want to make sure you're putting a little bit in each sink and your shower. So that's important too, as well as the toilets, both toilets. Or, well, how many toilets do you have? I don't know. We have 2. All right, and then this new thing we learned about, because there's this weird stuff that happens inside your tanks. So in the gray tank, you get like fats and oils and things like that, right? From things that go down the drain. And so that kind of stuff kind of clogs and, like sits on top like a scum. It's kind of solid. So you want to be able to get rid of that. And then in the black tank, there's actually rock being created in there. There's a mineral, and it's called struvite. It kind of grows and develops into a rock. So if you're not getting all that out of there, then it'll just kind of get really heavy and make your tanks actually sag. And when you flush it, it's just going right over that. It's not taking that with it because it's just too heavy to move. So there's something out there now. It's a probiotic. So you think about your body with probiotics, right? So this is a probiotic cleaner, and it's from Just Science, and it will help get rid of that. It helps clean it up. So it's used the same way as Unique. You put a cap in a 3 to 5 gallon bucket, and then you go dump it into your toilets, your sinks, and your shower. So you want to put one like in each one of those, right? Just to make sure like you're getting all those little the little tubings and everything all cleaned out. So it's awesome. So those are ways to clean it. So another thing we learned that was really important is be careful what goes down there, right? Be careful. So in your black tank, that's where we use the restroom and all. Only put what's supposed to go there, like your waste, You always want to say like, some poo in there, but anyway, paper, but don't use those crazy wipes that are out there, right? There's like, the flushable wipes. They are not good at all for your tank. So even if they say septic safe, they are not good for your RV tank. So please don't use those because you'll come into problems. So, and then we'll talk a little bit about the gray. So to help with the gray, we learned about getting these little strainers to put in the shower and the bathroom sink. Like if you're going to have your hair, you're brushing your hair or something, that'll help shaving for gentlemen. And this is for the shower, for hair usually. And then a sink, I have a larger one. I've already started really using it. And it catches all the yuckies and goodies that you don't want to go down in your drain. You want to try to prevent as much as you can from going down there that's going to settle, deposit. I mean, it's impossible to get it all. You know, like there's grease and things like that that could go. Another suggestion was to make sure to take a paper towel and wipe your dishes before you actually wash them. You know, it's kind of like that whole clean them before you put in the dishwasher thing. But it kind of will help if you're super worried about it. We were also told to use Dawn, and I love to use Dawn. I use this one, and then I also have that spray power wash. I love the power wash when we are boondocking. So we can't use any water in the tank really because we don't have a way to drain it. So I use power wash to clean things quickly. And it's just a spray and a sponge, and it works so well. So I really hope that this helps you with your tank journey and your journey of camping, even when we have to talk about things that are kind of funny. All right, so I'm going to show you the important part of this job, and we're going to go into something called the wet bay. So I'm going to open that up and show you where all that good stuff is at to help you understand what's going on with all the water you put into your RV. All right, so you open it, and there's usually like a latch to keep it open so you don't bump your head. So we'll get it there, and then I'm going to angle this down. All right, so here we are, the nitty gritty of it all. All right, so when Sue comes to clean, she's going to be in this compartment. So this is where everything goes. There's tanks that are mounted underneath the RV, and to empty them, there are levers, and they're the color you want them to be. So for a black tank, where all the and then for the gray, for where the shower and where you wash your dishes, it's gray, so it makes it easy to know which one that you're going to pull. There are other things in here too for when you're going to clean out or flush. There's also like an outdoor shower, you know, if you need to use that, and other things. There's filters. You can store some of your stuff inside here as well. So I'm going to pull the gray, so you can kind of see that. You just pull it, and it lets the water out. So let's say you need to do the black. You want to let the gray get completely full before you do the black. Because you do the black, pull it, you flush it, and then you do the gray to kind of rinse out everything that you don't want to see anymore. Cleans out your little tube and everything. All right, I'll give you a little shot of that. Okay. So one last little thing I want to say is some people tell you to like leave open your gray and your black and just let it go. There's a couple of things that make that not a great idea, because if you leave open the black and you don't have any water going in there when you use the restroom, you can create these they call them poop pyramids. So you can create a poop pyramid by not having any water in there. So you always want to keep your black closed until you're ready to flush or pull it. And then your gray as well, you keep it closed. It keeps everything kind of in there moving around, and it'll get rid of some of the stuff that sits on it and kind of creates, you know, these things where it clogs your sensors. Also, the little critters can climb up through the little piping. So it's best just to keep everything kind of closed and contained so that nothing gets in there, and then everything's doing what it's supposed to do. Water is your friend, so you want a lot of water in there to help everything kind of move around. Hope this was helpful. All right, so just want to show you the piping that goes down, and it goes into the septic, and there's like a clear, so you can kind of see what's going on. It's very helpful to know how it's cleaning out. All right, I just want to conclude the video to let you know, like, kind of why I was showing you all these amazing facts and not Earl, because, you know, this is what he does all the time, and he really understands it. So I wanted to learn how to do this, and I've taken the time to do that. We learned that it's really important that everyone in the RV knows how to run all the functions in it and things like that, just in case there's some kind of emergency or something like that and you need to take care of it. So I just wanted to let you know that it's not that gross as I thought it was, you know. It sounds gross, but everything's fairly clean. I mean, when you take the pipe off the tube, I'm not really sure what that's called. It's like the hose that goes down to the septic. You wear gloves and you rinse that out really good, and so that way you're not touching anything, and so that's always done that way. And that's probably the most that you would see that would be kind of not so clean, but as long as you're always flushing and cleaning out your tanks, it's going to be great, right? And I just wanted you to see this little part of the adventure, you know, where everything's not always going out and seeing great sights, so sometimes it is the nitty-gritty. And while we're here in Texas, we just want to have some ideas for you and just some little short videos just to keep you engaged in learning things as we learn things. So I hope this helps everyone out there, and I hope it gives you the courage to try to do something you know that you don't normally do, or that you might be kind of afraid of, or like think's really gross. Just go out there though and try it. And so there goes Bear. He's going to travel on. Just want you to feel secure in doing things that are kind of sometimes not in your wheelhouse. So as we go out and figure out our next adventure, I hope you go out and do yours. And please remember to subscribe to our channel and like it, and then that little bell, ring that bell so you can know what we're doing and where we're at and when our next videos come out.